So first, we will have a session about to get the startup capital, startup money for setting up the company. So first, we will have a question for you guys to think of what kind of key points you need to consider when you will start a company. So we will have some hints to remind you guys from these stats. What would you like to consider maybe about the marketing, about the money, people like the recruitment, like what kind of stuff you need, or what kind of equipment you need for the digital management, or how you can do it. So you can refer to there is a list on the Moodle, so you can refer to the Moodle, refer to that list, and you can come up with some ideas about these aspects. So, okay, so what do you guys think? Can you come up with some ideas?
The marketing, I think we should think about advertising, also such as kind of PR, and advertising.
For the money management, I think the profit and sharing and also the reinvestment need to be considered. About the people management, I think we should do the training on the expertise, the motivation, and also the review.
For digital management, we will look at the extranet, internet, and then the joint sector.
For risk management, the key point is risk management strategy and common risk.
What does that mean?
Some common risks that we will face.
Some examples?
Liability in contracts.
Version of the time cost management, I think the key point should be calculating the fees and calculate the hourly rates for each person. And as a boss, you need to know what they do for and what should the employees do. And you should know their duties and you should calculate the value they create.
The risk management, I think the keyword is maybe second scheme. Second scheme means you have the replacement of the scheme for the existing one.
Yeah.
The digital management, I think it is good for company to set the database for the employees to share their architecture or next-gen models with each other.
So how about the marketing?
Then we also the branding and image.
Promotion.
Your company image.
How to advertise? TV?
No, just their Facebook, Instagram.
Which comes first, the project or the company? I mean, a lot of companies form on the back of a project. Often they get a project and they form a company because they can do the project. From there, you'll carry on. So you do have that first project. So let's assume you've got that first project. A bit like that friend who gave you that job at college, and you've set up your little partnership now with your mates here, your group. You've got your project, and now you've got to do all this stuff. You're going to carry on and get your second project.
So let's have an overview about these points so many managers. We will consider all of these when we run the one way or another. It's really big problems if you have more than 8 gigs, so you do have gigs. So because the finalist list is a big problem for the big firms, but they have no time, they have no gigs. So it's no matter. Punishment systems improves your efficiency, so you will get.
Wow. Punishment. I got visions of someone with a stick beating on the staff.
Invoicing agreements, additional following options is correct. You will get.
C.
There's a clue in the font.
Oh, yes, the invoice can be determined probably is incorrect. It should be a contract between the you and the
So A, B, and C are all good practice ideas. Number C is critical.
Yeah, you can make a choice to spend some paid dollars to get the.
So I should buy a pig now or just spend my pig dollars.
The number of the pigs should be the number of the pig dollars.
Yes, this is the price.
Pigs.
This is so you can get to dollars in higher cost. Yes, you have done well in protecting employees' interests. It's a question of how to guarantee the professional accomplishment of employees. So you can make the decision about.
We choose the second choice.
The role of the HR manager is to manage and create and supervise policies and regulations. HR managers are very important. We also have knowledge and just problem function.
Who would normally, you being a professional, who would normally evaluate your performance?
My boss,
He's not HR though, is he?
But HR should be the one to arrange this. Like
I bring this up because this is a very interesting discussion in management. Yeah. Let's imagine you're working for ACOM in your next job because you wrote that lovely letter and had that wonderful interview and asked them all about what you're going to do. We want you. And your first review of how you've done after 6 months is with the HR assistant, because you're only junior, so you get an HR assistant. That HR assistant graduated with a degree in HR from PolyU and got 3 years experience. And now she's evaluating your performance in the first 6 months. How do you feel about that? Do you feel she's qualified to evaluate your professional performance? Or what will she be evaluating? Yeah.
if he or she is evaluating like your discipline, or is that you go on beyond time every time? It's just that simple thing.
So you could be the best designer in ACOM with all that fantastic knowledge, but you keep turning up late to meetings by 5 minutes. And the HR review keeps saying, you keep turning up to meetings late and don't come in until 10 in the morning, even though that's because you worked until midnight. And she says, yeah, we think you're bad review, taking money away.
I think they should also consider your senior or your direct senior
comments or evaluation so that we'll have a more balanced results.
So who do you think will do it's your evaluation. Who do you think is going to do your evaluation in your first job? Who would you like to do it? Your boss. Your boss, right? Yeah. You definitely want the person that you're accountable to every day and understands the work you've been doing to be doing your evaluation. Not the HR. But I can tell you that sometimes HR see it as their job to evaluate the staff, and they will do it. And you will feel very upset if you don't feel you're being evaluated by the right people. So it's an interesting thing. So to come back to that, you may find that the role of the HR there is to say, okay, Mr. Boss, you should evaluate your staff. They've been here 3 months. It's their first evaluation. I've scheduled a meeting for this date and this time. And then you'll have an assessment, probably with HR and the boss together, which I would expect the boss to lead and the HR just to make notes in a way.
So you will set up your operation system by formulating the office manual to then you will cost $1 and you will get an opportunity. Or you can recruitment and training. It will cost $2 to gigs.
Okay, remember you set up your partnership with this team. You've got your project already because her dad managed to get it for you. So you've got your project and you set up your office with your partnership. Have you set up your office manual? Have you done unified recruitment and training? Do you have any idea what I'm talking about?
I think once I set up my own team, it means I have done this.
What is an office manual? What is an office manual?
The policy or regulation of your company, and maybe each company may have different office manual. And if you are suppose you are a big company, then you may need this kind of thing. But if you are you just own a small company, then the office manual you may don't need.
Are you sure? Or maybe you need it more?
Every company has this kind of
Yes, I think that's true. So what sort of things would be in an office manual? Could you share?
Project management refers to managing the quality of programs. It helps to improve service and retain client base. It helps to improve efficiency and consistency. And the feedback is done for the benefit of the future.
BCD.
Well, I think you could include A as well. You've talked about quality of product, but we tend to talk in industry about product being what you produce, which could be your service, your drawings, your documents, your reports is still your product. And it should also guide you a bit like the office manual on how to manage the output of your product. So I think that's right as well, actually. But anyway, BCD is a good answer.
It's question about time and cost management. Calculate the following options is correct.
D, he doesn't get any holiday. 52 weeks a year, that's tough. You're a tough employer. Really tough.
So
calculating the hourly rate, simply 40 times 52 are not available. Usually we don't work for the full 52 weeks, and we usually get holidays. So you should minus holidays.
When you say hourly rate, you mean hourly cost rate, right? Because we often use hourly rate as an expression of a charge rate. It's more common as an hourly charge rate. So when your clients come to your team and say, how much do you charge? You say, we charge so much per hour for this job. And how much do you think you would charge per hour compared to your hourly cost rate? Now, you've got a moral code in here. Is it costing a pig to buy this pirated software? Or do you get a pig for it? I'm a bit confused. The 1 pig for pirated software, is that cost a pig to buy it? Or
it costs $1 to get the pirated.
does it? What about lesson 1, your moral code? Code of conduct, acting as a professional. Are you really going to buy pirated software, guys? I think you got your marking the wrong way around here. And think of the risk again. Risk to your firm, risk to your reputation, legal risks. Is it worth it? So whoever was thinking of buying 1 pig of pirated software, don't do it. Get the free stuff. What does that mean? What does that mean? You've expanded your industrial chain. Can you explain a little more clearly? Are we an industry? What do you mean by industrial here?
You have expanded to new markets and expanded your client relationship.
Okay.
More new clients.
Okay.
Building information model.
It's like make the system of different kind of professions that can improve the efficiency.
Who knows what BIM is? You know a little more. Can you tell us a little more? Do you use it in your landscapes? Do we use it in landscape? Are you learning it now in your studio? Because landscape has been a bit behind in BIM integration, but we're not quite sure if it'll take off or disappear entirely. Does Hong Kong government use BIM? I heard not really, and I see nodding heads.
Because I did a site office visit before in housing department.
Yeah.
They using the landscape using BIM to manage.
Yeah, so government now implementing, all their departments need to do cross-board BIM management. So you can expect, if you're going to work in Hong Kong, you're going to need to know your BIM. But what does it mean? What does it really mean? What does it do? What does it feel like? What happens with it? often a lot of things. I mean, you've got different professionals. You've got your engineer and your landscape and your architect, and they're all doing different things, and they're not necessarily always very well coordinated. So in design terms, it helps model all the different areas together so that you can see problems before they arrive. More importantly, in management, it allows you to have a long-term view of your design in terms of perhaps when, by labeling things with data, you know what it was, when it was put there, when it might wear out, when it needs replacement. So you can manage your inventory, your servicing, your maintenance can all be done through this management tool. Remember, when you design your landscapes, it's not just about the design and then it's built. Actually, you've got to run that landscape for the next 100 years, and it needs constant management and changing. And BIM is a way of recording all the data and making it accessible and being able to update, rather than at the moment we go and we get the microfiche out of some drawings that were done in 1960, and it's not very accessible, that information. But the idea is that this stays live and useful. You've seen that, government is doing the tree register for Hong Kong. So, I mean, these kind of management tools are very useful now. So the government certainly wants to have a database of every tree in Hong Kong on the database, about its characteristics, size, when it's been attended to, what its risk. So that kind of, not building integrated management, but landscape management is a tool that's going to be coming in more in your time. I think it's quite important. Quite important. That's the most moving reward ceremony I've ever seen. I feel a tear in my eye. Could you summarize for us what you wanted everyone to learn today?
Sometimes when you are running a company, they are all about choices. Maybe so you can choose this way or that way. They might all be correct, but you still have to make a choice.
Who knows what a business plan is? Okay, so you've got this job because of your dad, all right? And your partnership, and you've got the project, and now you need to raise some cash. You talked about raising money, right? Because they've got to make their office manual and hire office and hire some staff. Where are you going to get the money from? Or so maybe that's one option. Get the money from family. Any other options? Bank. Okay. How are you going to get money from the bank? Write the business plan. You're right. So what would be in a business plan? Imagine you're the bank manager. And she's come to you, she wants some money. What do you think you'd like to know to be happy to loan her money for her business?
The estimated profit.
How can you estimate your profit?
The estimated income expenses.
You're right. How are you going to do that?
Your assets. So if you own any properties or where your income comes from, because it might not just come from your like your monthly salary. It might be like even within maybe like your projects portfolio, how many projects you have, how much money, like where the street